Hi guys, Identity here from FillwithSkill with another day, another vlog. It's super exciting. Today's topic is why would anybody who has his six senses together would actually play survival games? The core aspect of each survival game, and before we go any further, we should maybe define what I'm talking about when I say survival games, because I'm talking about MMO, FPS, survival games. So in those games, PvP aspect is really important. You have a lot of free choices what you're gonna do, and especially who you're gonna shoot and kill and who not. You need to gather some kind of loot. Equipment is important in those kind of games. Environment is trying to kill you. Yeah, it's a survival game, duh. And yeah, let's keep those as an aspect. So in those games, there's one core element always, like in all of them. It's the chance that you can lose everything, completely drop till level 0, till level 0, till the very beginning, where the game, after 1000 hours of play, the game shows you the middle finger and says you go back to the beginning. Basically evolution backwards. Sucks. And yeah, like why would you ever want to play such a game which can mess you up so hard that it completely destroys whatever you achieved? And I think the most important thing about it is because of emotions. Yes, and it's not the emotion that you just lost everything and you're like, ah, I love this game! I love this game so much! No, it's because of the moment, not that you lose everything, but that you gain everything. You can literally be 5 minutes into the game, and if you're a lucky person, and especially skill will help you. Skill, by the way, dependency, high skill cap is important in those games as well. You can be 5 minutes into this game and like makes a kill or makes a loot crate, opens a specific loot crate, and you won. High-end gear equipment, and that is what you want to have in those games. So you make the right kill, you get it from a player, or you just go into the right chest, open the right chest, and the thing is yours. The shiny item level 99 is there, and you're like, yay! You won. And so it's a little bit of a gamble, right? And the more you think about it, the more you discover that actually survival games have a big part in common with gambling games, and in poker in particular. So in poker you have the same thing. In poker you can literally be a high professional player, meaning someone who is eating math and statistics, and can calculate odds for breakfast. Was that a good English sentence? No, I will try it again. You can be someone who can calculate odds, in his dreams and eat statistics to breakfast. That is better. Okay, I like that. And yet, you can do everything right, and in the end, you're playing against someone who is a fish, which means he's a bad player because he's just playing after feelings, and he will beat you. He will go all in with nothing on turn 1. And you're gonna raise him, and you're gonna invest. You're playing your odds. You're doing everything right, and this son of a gun is still winning because he's lucky. That can happen. Yeah, and it needs to happen, because if those fishes wouldn't have those moments in time where they completely destroy you by a chance, they wouldn't play this game. And that is another very important element of survival games per se, which I think developers need to implement into them. They always need to have system in place which allow a newbie or someone, let's not call those newbies, because I think there are different type of skills in a game. For example, someone who puts down the hours and grind hours, that is a very specific kind of skill. I can't do it. Like, I can go out and try to kill someone, and I will like a terrier bite into this PvP aspect of a game till I freaking control it, till I make this game my bitch. But I can't sit down and grind for hours. This is something I just can't do. And someone who can do needs to have an advantage or needs to have a good result out of it too, because those players are really important to those games too. Especially if a game is around getting resources for progress. You as a PvP player who can't grind, well, you need to get those resources somewhere from, right? As a PvP player, I try to find the lowest cost weapon which gives me the highest efficiency combined with my skill. That is how it works for me, right? So if I kill someone and he doesn't drop anything, doesn't give me any resources, I can't progress. Then I need to go back to farming, and I don't want to farm, right? So we need those players who are capable of farming too. But of course, you can't have a game where the whole idea is being farming resources, right, and grinding completely. Those are the MMORPG Asian grinders. We don't like them here. Anyway, most games most survival games are compensating the lack of shooting skill by giving you more powerful equipment. And sometimes they're going over the top, like the shotgun currently in Herd World, because the shotgun is such a superior weapon, it's not funny anymore. But if it's in a perfect game, in a perfect world, those have kind of the balance. So with high skill, I can kill him, I can win a PvP engagement, and he kind of with enough grinding power will compensate the lack of shooting skill with the equipment he has, and this is perfectly fine. Of course, someone who is in the end a really good PvP player in those games will get away and will head ahead, because he will get more resources from those players. My nose is itchy, god damn it! And eventually become the strongest still. But there's always a chance that this low PvP player will give him the accidental lucky headshot and win. And the farmer boy who like doesn't waste so much time on PvP, or at least doesn't encounter it, will have those lucky shots, and he will be like, I won! YouTube, Shadowplay, YouTube, go! Guys, look at this! I won! And those are emotions. And those kind of emotions are good. And those are kind of emotions that make you addicted to a game. There is no other reason. You encounter those emotions, they make you freaking addicted to a game. And that's why those mechanics are in those games. And that's why those survival games are, good survival games, are actually like successful and on the progress forward. Because they give you those positive emotions. And every survival game out there, H1Z1, Rust, and Herd World, and even DayZ have all those mechanics in them, because there's a good mechanics. They are different. Yes, they are making like the gap between a good player and someone who is willing to put in the work hours or the grind hours or whatever. They have different mechanics a little bit, yeah, to protect both player bases. But all those games have mechanics in there to achieve exactly that, and needs to be. So if you're a developer for a survival game and a player, look out for those mechanics. And usually if one of those mechanics isn't balanced, the game feels broken. And in all of them we had those phases, those times where those things didn't work entirely and they need to be tweaked. So yeah, fantastic. That was good. I wanted to get this off my chest. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And of course, if you like and find it interesting what I'm talking here about, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you hit me on Facebook and give me a feedback in the comments which other games there are which have different systems and which system you think works the best for both player bases. That would be really important for me to know, so we can keep the conversation going. Identity is so out, and always remember,